All right, I'm Justin Harris from MuscleMentor.net and Troponin Nutrition, and this is Dominic Triveline. We just got done training legs here at Strength Beyond in Kalamazoo. We started out with lying leg curls. I really like the lying leg curl machine here. What I like to do is I fold up a yoga mat in like 4 layers, so it's about that thick, and I put it so it ends kind of mid-quad, so my knees never actually touch the pad on the leg curl. And I think if you picture doing like a bicep curl, if you anchor your elbow into the pad, you can kind of curl like this and use more weight, but you're actually using less of your bicep. Whereas if you curl like this, you use less weight, but it activates your biceps more. With the hamstrings, they used to call them the leg biceps. It's the same thing, same effect. So when your knee's kind of off the pad, it gives you a stronger contraction. And we did, I think, 4 sets there. The stack's kind of light here, so I think I worked up to the full stack plus a 25. And then we did another set there, full stack plus a 25, then dropped to like 160 and did another 10 reps. And then I did a bunch of partials and a static hold at the end. And then we went to leg press, yeah. And we went to leg press and we did 4 plates aside, 7 plates aside, 10 plates aside, and 12 plates aside. The first couple, I think I did 12 to 15 reps. I think the last one I only did 10 reps. I think Dominic was doing sets of 15 on those. Yeah. And then we dropped down to 3 plates aside. This jerk's idea. Everyone on Facebook's been doing their 100-rep leg press sets, so we decided to get in on the fun. And we did a set of 100 there, which really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It was, being full off-season fat mode, it was mostly hard on my lungs. It was, I was out of breath by about rep 50, but we got through that. And then we went to seated leg curls. We did 3 sets there.
Yeah, 3 sets, 10 to 12.
Yeah, 3 sets, 10 to 12. I think I did 12 the first 2 sets. And then the third set, I went up to pretty heavy and I only got 10. And then we did Bulgarian split squats. We did a triple drop set on those, starting with a 70-pound dumbbell, then a 30-pound dumbbell, then body weight. And we did 2 sets there, which it's really more like 4 sets because you're doing 1 leg at a time. And then it's really not completely isolated on that 1 leg because that back leg does a little bit of work too, and your quad kind of works to bring your body up. So those were pretty tough. I was pretty cooked after those. After that, we went to squats, heel elevated squats. I've been doing a lot of heel elevated squats. I kind of got a nagging hip injury, and I find that when I do regular squats, it really puts a lot of strain on my hips. So I've been putting my heels on 10-pound plates, and we worked up to a set of 405 for 10 on that. And then we did standing single leg curls, which we don't have a standing leg curl machine here. It's actually, but what I like to do is I put a 25-pound plate on the ground and use the regular leg curl. And one of the leg curls here, you can adjust where the foot pad is all the way from completely at the top to completely at the bottom. So we put it on the bottom and just do standing leg curl there. And did 3 sets again there. And then finish with leg extensions, 2 sets of 20. Yeah. I originally wanted to do 3 sets, but we did calves before all this also. So we did, I can't remember, 3 or 4 sets of standing calf raises and 3 sets of seated calf raises before all this. And so I was kind of starting to lose my pump at that point. So rather than put in a 3rd set just for show, I stopped at 2 sets of 20 on that. And I'm pretty cooked. I'm hitting legs twice a week right now. It's Sunday now, so we'll be doing legs again on Wednesday. So I think that's it. Anything to add?
So this year I did the 2016 MPC Teenage Nationals, where I took 1st in the middleweight and 1st in the overall. It was a pretty grueling prep. The last 2 weeks I honestly didn't want to do the show anymore, and I kind of wanted to quit, but I kept pushing and we got the work done. I figured after the prejudging I knew I won my class, but I didn't think I'd win the overall, so winning the overall was pretty awesome experience. And now that I'm full mode and off season, I'm working with Justin Harris right now, and currently the biggest I've ever been. At 5'5", already hit 230 pounds, but right now I'm sitting at about 225, 223, right in there.
And so 230, you're just starting your off season?
This is 5th, yeah. This is my 5th weekend off season. I trained for about 3 weeks after the show pretty intensely, and then took a few weeks off just to let everything heal up. I had a really good rebound from my show, so I definitely think I put on a lot of size right after, and now we're full force in the off season, about 5 weeks in, and
Any plans officially for next year?
we're gonna do junior nationals in Chicago, so probably start prep at the end of February, beginning of March. So we got a little bit of off season left, quite a few months. So we're gonna try to pack on as much size as we can and bump up a weight class to the light heavyweights since I've already maxed out the middleweight class this year.
Okay, I'll start talking about Dominic. Yeah, Dominic, he's reminds me a lot of Steve Kuklo as far as I always say. There's a few things that you need genetics wise, and the frustrating thing with bodybuilding is people really don't want to believe how important of a role genetics plays. They have no problem believing genetics plays a huge role in basketball. I mean, no one out there thinks if they just practice enough that they'll go out and beat LeBron James in a one-on-one game. But for whatever reason in bodybuilding, people kind of don't want to downplay or don't believe the genetic component. They think you can over supplement or things like that to make up for it, but genetics really do play a big role, and Dominic's got all the tools for that. We got him on I think the accurate macronutrient count would be a shitload of calories for Dominic right now. I mean, the kid can just. Well, I as an example, I was 287 this morning. I'll be up over 290 by the end of the night, and I think Dominic's eating about 1,500 calories a day more than me right now, and he's leaner. And I always say that's a huge thing, because one of the most important things to building muscle is being able to turn yourself into kind of a clean food assimilating machine. And that's really, if you look at Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, people that can just put down a ton of good calories. It doesn't even need to be clean, I guess, but good, good solid complete proteins, complex carbohydrates, and without getting fat. And Dominic definitely has the genetics for that, and that's a huge thing. And so I think it's going to be an exciting year for him, because we still haven't even pushed calories as high as we will as we keep going. But as far as myself, I did the Masters Nationals after almost 10 years off from the stage, and it was a rough prep, very, very rough prep. I think my body just wasn't ready for it after so many years off. And it wasn't like it was 10 years off of competing. I mean, I went back to school, and for 6 years I didn't touch a weight. And so it was 10 years off of everything. So it was like starting from scratch. And my body just didn't respond like I wanted to, and I had to go so low in calories. And I felt like I carried a decent amount of size, but I just couldn't get lean enough. And I thought I was still bringing a respectable package to the stage. I thought I was in good shape. But I have some GI issues, which is there's a whole list of reasons why I left the sport years ago, but some autoimmune issues, and also particularly related to my GI tract is I have issues with that, and certain foods I can eat and not eat. And I still don't know what happened, but the night before the show, I had an attack of one of the things that happens to me, and I ended up losing 11 pounds overnight, all in the bathroom. I basically pissed out my ass for the entire night. I almost didn't make it to prejudging. I mean, my color wasn't ready. It just sucked. And so I didn't bring a package like I needed to on stage. It was really frustrating, because I kind of wanted to. I didn't think that was going to be my last show, but I think I was thinking of it as my show, to decide whether or not I have a reason to keep going in the sport. And so now I'm kind of stuck where I'm motivated and I'm enjoying training more than I ever have, but it just seems like every show I do, it comes down to these same issues with this autoimmune stuff I have. And I remember one year when I actually won the Junior USAs, but a similar thing was happening, and I ended up having to carb up completely on waxy maize. I couldn't keep any food down. I couldn't eat any food. And so, I have celiacs, which I hate, because that's the gluten thing, and I hate all those hippie, like, new age diet fad things. And so, I'd be the first one to make fun of that stuff, but unfortunately, I have a disease where I can't eat gluten, and I have some issues where I can't process certain fruits, like we talked about last night, strawberries with seeds in it, or sometimes too much broccoli will do it, and so it's a long, frustrating thing. But the Masters didn't go as well as planned. I don't think I wasn't ready to win the show anyway, but I thought I was bringing a pretty respectable package. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I just decided to. I look back over things and I realized that everything I liked about bodybuilding and training, I went away from. I wasn't training heavy. I was training more like a pure bodybuilder, where before I always considered myself more of a power lifter or weightlifter who also ate like a bodybuilder. And I've gone back to that, and I'm having great workouts, enjoying training more than ever. And I always eat good, I always eat clean. And so I'm just doing that, and I'll see where it goes. Maybe do another show, maybe not. It's hard. I got 4 kids. I have 2 jobs. You know, my wife has a job, and it was really hard getting ready for a show in the summer. My one daughter was on playing All-Stars for softball, where she had games and practice every single night for the last 2 weeks of my prep. You know, other kids playing soccer and softball, and one of my daughters plays travel basketball, and so it was just really, really too much. I don't know if a fall show would be better. You know, we'll have to see where it goes. But right now, I'm enjoying training and lifting heavy.
On that side note, like a lot of people miss the night show because there were protests
Oh, yeah.
going on in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we didn't even. I didn't know what happened with that. It was we left, you know, plenty of time to get back, and all of a sudden, traffic is just a standstill, and no idea what's going on. We completely missed the night show. I mean, it was just such a calamity of errors. Anything that could have went wrong at Masters did go wrong, and so maybe I should do another show, because there's no way in hell any other show could have as many things go wrong as that one did. And so, but hey, I didn't even make it to the night show. I didn't even get to step on stage. You know, honest to God, I don't even know where I placed. I never even looked. I mean, I was 3rd call out, so I'm somewhere around 15th place probably. So
I know I think there was a guy in one of the classes.
That won.
He lost
Yeah.
his pro card.
Would have had a pro card.
He couldn't make it back.
Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. Yeah, and the thing is, you know, I saw online people saying, "Well, if I thought I was in the running, I would never have left the venue." Well, the thing is, you have hours in between, you know, and you'll never want to leave the venue, but you can't. It's not like you can just go there and go to a restaurant and get food. I mean, there's so many people there, bikini, everything competitors.
I shot the shows. There's like 10 hours.
Yeah.
So you can't sit there.
They told me to get there at 7 a.m. I didn't get on stage for prejudging until 12:45.
Yeah.
And then my night show didn't start till after 9.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. If you do just sit there, you're not going to win the show ever, anyways, because you're going to go 12 hours without eating. And so I don't fault the guy at all. I probably went across 2 blocks away to get some food, and probably left with 3 hours to spare. But the traffic was just a standstill. I mean, we were 3 miles away, I think, and it took almost 2 hours. I mean, we would have been quicker to walk, much quicker to walk. So, but and the other thing is, you don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, you're driving and you're stuck in traffic. We had no idea there was protests going on or anything. I assumed there was a car accident. It just went down to one lane, and we'd get through that and get moving again. No, I didn't know until we finally made it to finals that people started talking about it, what had happened. So.